Alright, what's going on, you guys? I'm back with part 2 of my vinyl collection videos. I believe we're going to finish up B and move on into the C's today. So, we're already that far along, obviously. Don't have a lot of stuff in my collection, but what I do have a few really good quality albums, a few gems here and there, and some really cool stuff to check out. So this whole section today is going to be mostly stuff everyone knows. There might be one or two that some of you are unfamiliar with, but I think for the majority, I think everyone knows these albums. But if I'm going to go, step by step, record by record, this is just how it falls, and I'm not going to skip anything, and we're going to talk about them. But you do have the cool thing of sometimes you have a different color variant, or maybe a deluxe version of a particular album, which is stuff I always look forward to in other people's videos when they're talking about that. So maybe I've got a different variant that you have, or different version or whatever. So at least we have that to look forward to. Please bear with me. I've been recording this since like 10 o'clock this morning. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, and I've still not got it done. So you guys have no idea the unnecessary hell I put myself through trying to get these things recorded. Perks of being a perfectionist, I guess. I'm screwing up one or two little things. I end up getting so frustrated doing these things. One way or another, we're going to get this done. So, we'll go ahead and get started. We're listening to the Crown-Doomsday King, their 2010 release on Century Media. Really, really good album, honestly. I mean, I really don't like their later stuff after this. Their earlier stuff is definitely really, really good. This one's kind of like a nice transition piece. It really stands out. It really, it still holds up pretty well. I mean, I hadn't listened to it forever. I'd forgotten all about having this, so just kind of, going through the collection, see what all I had to listen to on this video, and I was like, yeah, we're playing this. Really, really good stuff. Melodic death thrash out of Sweden, if you're unfamiliar with them. I think most everyone is. But definitely don't overlook this one. It's a pretty solid album. Really nice cover art, too. Really well done. Alright, let's see if we can get through this time. So the first album I have for you is some Bestial metal or war metal, whichever you prefer to call it. Straight up influence from like Beherit and Blasphemy. So if you're into that kind of thing, this is definitely right up your alley. This is Bestial Warlust with their '94 debut on Modern Invasion Music. I believe this is the 2015 reissue on Iron Bonehead. And these have been available on the Hell's Headbangers forever now. And I still haven't got around to getting Blood and Valor. I will at some point. They did have the massive flags of the cover art for both this and Blood and Valor. Whether or not they're still available, I don't know. But I mean, as far as I'm aware, these are still up there. So if you want to go check that out, if you want to pick this up, they're there. Pretty sure Iron Bonehead would still have these as well. But yeah, awesome stuff out of Australia. Obviously, KK Warslut went on to form Destroyer 666. He was playing in this band. And I can't remember who, but I know at least one of these guys went on to, it was either form Vomitor or ended up joining them, and he's still with them. I want to say it's Marcus, but I'm probably totally wrong about that. But yeah, really solid stuff. So the vinyl itself is limited to 1,000 copies, I believe. I think you had 300 on like a red and black splatter, and the other 700 were on black, which is what I have. I don't think it was. I didn't splurge for the different variant. I was just kind of late to the party and forgot to pick it up, honestly. It also comes with a poster, which I've got hanging up here so you can't see it. It's just the cover art and the band. And you've got this nice sticker that I've never used, and I probably never will. I mean, I like to keep all the stuff in a package. I don't want to. You hang a poster up, you can always take it back down and put it back in the jacket. But you stick this on something, it's gone forever pretty much. So probably will never use that. The lyric sheet's kind of interesting. There that is. And on the back of it, you have an interview from World Plague Zine, which is, I guess, a fanzine out of Chile. This is an interview with KK from December of '96, so that's kind of fun to read through when you're listening to the album. And he's always talking about his influences, being really influenced by Beherit. Blasphemy too, but mainly Beherit, and talking about how he definitely wanted to kind of capture that vibe with Bestial, but maybe, just try to take it in their own direction, kind of put their own stamp on it. And so it's a really cool read to have when you're flipping through this. So really solid stuff. I mean, like I said, I don't really listen to this genre much anymore. But when I do, this is one that definitely gets played quite a bit. So, yeah. And I will eventually get to Blood and Valor. I don't know why I haven't picked that up yet. It's just kind of, there's so many albums out there and so little money for me to be spending on just whatever, whenever I want. Alright, so this next one is one that was on quite a few people's end of the year list in 2017. Really, really good stuff, and I definitely need more from this band or this project, whatever you want to call it. This is Black Cilice-Banished from Time, also on Iron Bonehead. Gnarly Portuguese black metal. I believe it's the most recent release. Love this, the way they've done this border and everything on the back of this album. It looks really, really... You see what I'm talking about? I've been struggling with this video all day. It looks really good. I love the trim work and everything like that. It really brings it all together. And I love the font on all the lettering. Raw as Hell album, it really, really captures that vibe and that atmosphere. This is one of the few albums I can put this on and actually just sit here and listen to it and not do anything. I mean, it's very entrancing, very hypnotic. I don't know why anything else I'm listening to, I feel finicky and I need to have something to do while I'm listening to it. But this is one I can just sit and stare at the walls when I'm jamming this, so I don't know why that is. It's just one of those things. This one also comes with a poster, which I've got hanging over here, so you can't see that one either. Oh, here it is. So here's the lyric sheet, which I kind of wish this had been the poster. So the poster is actually just the cover art. And I think this would have done a little bit better as one, but it's whatever. And you've got more of the same, trim and font style on the lyric sheet. So I want to show you the vinyl, and I don't know why it is. Every time I pull this out, it just kind of turns all my light orange. So bear with me on that. I'm sure it'll do it again. And I know there are several different vinyl variants. There was a red one, a yellow one. I want to say a clear one. It's either clear or white. And they were all limited to 300. I could not find any information on this particular variant. I'm assuming it's limited to 300 as well. But I have the blue variant. There you go. See how, I don't know if you guys see it, but I mean, it's definitely turned everything orange. Something about the reflection on this. Anyway, looks really, really good. Very nice shade of blue. This is one of my favorite records I have in terms of cosmetic appeal. Looks really, really good. I absolutely love that. Yeah, see, fades right back. Yeah, I know everyone was really big on this band and this project and this album in particular. I know the earlier stuff is a little bit more raw, but this one's not so much where it's, some of that stuff's a bit unlistenable for a lot of people. I prefer it, honestly, but this one is a good starting point if you want to get into this band, I think. So, Banished from Time, Black Cilice. Really good release. Alright, now we're going to get to some old stuff. So, it's both old in terms of release date and old physically, because I have some of the older releases from this one. The older reissues, I should say. See, I'm fucking this shit up. I'm too hard on myself, guys. So we have an album that is quite possibly the very first metal album ever recorded, ever written, ever put on print, and maybe Doom album as well. We have the debut from Black Sabbath. This is another one that my father-in-law gave to me. I believe this is the 1976 reissue on, what is this, NEMS or NEMS Records? I have no idea. So originally it came just as a straight-up jacket, and this is on a gatefold, which is pretty nice. And this one's definitely seen better days. It's very beat up. And he left a sticker on here, and I can't believe that this was purchased for $3. That would be great if records were still going for that cheap. I would have quite a bit more in my collection, for sure. In terms of album, it's I mean, I don't want to say I don't like it, I obviously do. But in terms of, cover art, this is definitely my favorite Black Sabbath album. It just looks so haunting and creepy. I just love the vibe this was put out. But yeah, I would show you the vinyl, but it's just black, so there's nothing really to look at there. But yeah, really cool. Everyone knows this. I won't talk too much about that. And then we have another Black Sabbath album. Currently, it's probably my favorite album. I could definitely change my mind by tomorrow, and I probably will. And this one has seen better days. This jacket is all to hell, and the record is too. This is Paranoid, which was released the same year. This is back when bands could just keep cranking out good material. I don't know what happened to that. I'm not saying that bands can't do that nowadays, but I mean, it's just, they crank out one in February and they put out another one in September. So it's crazy how they're able to do that. And they're both really, really good albums. I believe they had like 6 albums by the time the band had been around, at least producing music in like 5 years or something. So yeah, obviously this one is all to hell, tons of ring wear. Looks like it might have some water damage on it. But this one's, I'm a little bit more fond of this. This is also another one my father-in-law gave me, and it's kind of got a cool story behind it. He's got his initials on it. And I believe a lot of these that he gave me have his initials on it. And basically the story is, he would tell me that when he was living in Michigan, he and all his friends were constantly passing out albums. So like, oh, I have this, check this out, I'll borrow this one. And, you know, it would kind of get traded back and forth between other friends. So, you know, you never really knew who had your record. So that was kind of the point of putting your initials on there. Which I would never do that, obviously, and I don't let people borrow my shit anymore anyways. But I don't know, I just find that kind of a cool, interesting story. You know, it's kind of been passed around. It's definitely been handled quite a bit, and it's just kind of cool. So, I mean, in this case, I don't mind having the initials on there. It's just whatever. It's beat all to hell anyways. So this one's also a gatefold. And this one I am going to show you the actual record. And I don't know if this was intentionally or if it was just lost, but this one has no record sleeve. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it's scratched all to fuck. Let's see if I can get a good angle on it. Hang on. Yeah, there's some. You can kind of make it out. I mean, I was actually playing this one last night, and it's just horrible with surface noise. You can still hear it. It still comes in really clear, but the surface noise is borderline unbearable. So I don't know how much I can clean this up and actually make it play a little bit better, but I mean, it's pretty much had it. So it's in there, and but you know, at the same time, it's kind of got some charm. It's, you know, it's been played actually. It's a record that's actually been played, and it's been handled, and it's, you know, it's been providing entertainment for people for a long, long time. So like I said, this is the, I don't know if I did say it, this is the 73 reissue on Warner Brothers. So this one has been around quite a while. It's been handled and all that kind of thing. So I'm especially fond of this album just for that reason. So really cool. And there's definitely plenty more coming from his collection that he just said, here, you can have this. Alright, I think we got about 4 more. And this is one that I was really high on when this came out back in 17. I believe this is 3rd on my end of the year list, at least in terms of stuff that I picked up. A really cool band out of Helsinki. God damn, see how I'm struggling with this shit? Helsinki, Finland. This is Cadaveric Incubator. Sermons of the Devouring Dead. Awesome death grind. I believe this is their debut album. I think they've got, you know, a few EPs and stuff like that. But this is the only full length they have out right now. Yeah, band features ex-members of Torso Fuck and Black Crucifixion. I mean, it's just nasty, abrasive, just chaotic sound. Just pretty much a caveman assault on all the instruments. And Necroterror's vocals are absolutely gnarly, very gurgly, very guttural. It's just, it pulls all the sound together, makes this come out really, really nice. And I can't say enough about how good a job they did on the record itself. The green and black really come out really good. I love the font on all the writing here. Looks phenomenal. I mean, it looks hand-drawn. I mean, I'm sure it was before they went to print. So you have an inner sheet, which I guess doubles as a poster, but it's just kind of like unnecessary. So you've got another piece of art here and the band lineup, and that's absolutely all there is to that. In terms of records, like a variant and everything, out of everything I've got in the collection, this is probably my favorite record. I just love the way this looks. So you got a green and black splatter here. Looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to try to... There we go. Just love the way that looks. You catch it in the right light, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. Green being one of my favorite colors. It's kind of that Ninja Turtle green. So you can't go wrong there. Really, really good album. I would highly recommend you check this out. I believe it's available on Hell's Headbangers still. It was last I checked anyway. I don't know about this particular variant. It may be still around, may not. So hopefully you get lucky and find it. But I would definitely recommend this one. Link will be in the description like always. So go check this one out if you haven't had it or haven't heard it. Awesome stuff. Let me get the sheet here. Alright, now we're getting into the Cannibal Corpse stuff. And only have 3 albums on vinyl from them. I think I'm only missing grand total like 5 albums in terms of CDs. So we're getting there. We're almost completed their discography. And this one's probably, in terms of the vinyl album, this was definitely my favorite one. It's just packaged so well. It looks so good. Really, really stoked to have this. This is Eaten Back to Life. And that just, I mean, the mat looks fantastic on here. I mean, I know it looks a little pink, but I mean, you get up and start looking at all the little individual details. This one came out so good. This is the 2009 reissue on Back on Black, and they did an absolutely amazing job with this. All the details really pop out on this. It just looks great, and it comes on a nice gatefold. I mean, I can't tell you what a great job they did on this. It looks phenomenal. And so it comes on, I'm trying to think what all this particular one came out on. I believe they had a white, a blue, and a red, and maybe another black. And I think they're all limited, but I'm not sure how much. They might not be limited. Pretty heavy record itself. I don't know what the gram weight is on this, but it's really, really heavy. So this is the white one, so it's kind of clear, so I always call it cum white. Yeah, but I mean, it sounds phenomenal. The whole packaging on this is done really, really well. And yeah, I mean, I just cannot say enough good things about the how good a job they did putting this whole thing together. And I believe back in 16, Metal Blade started reissuing at least the first 4 or 5. No, it's 5. First 5 Cannibal records. And initially I thought this was one of those, but it's not. So the difference in those is they came with a giant poster, and this one has no poster whatsoever. But yeah, beyond that, I'm still floored that I was able to find this one and pick this one up. And I actually was able to see Cannibal recently for the second time, and they played Born in a Casket, which was wonderful. So yeah, killer album. And speaking of the Metal Blade reissues, we'll start checking out a couple of those. This one is The Bleeding. So they've obviously went with the original cover art instead of the blown up piece of the chest here. Which honestly, I like this one better. I know the band didn't like it when they first got the copy of this, but honestly, I think it's pretty good. I don't mind it too much. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, coming off of Tomb of the Mutilated, Butchered at Birth, and Eaten Back to Life, it's kind of like, I can understand where they're coming from, but I still think it looks really, really cool. So again, this is one of the 2016 reissues, and I have the poster right here. You can kind of see it without the jack-o'-lantern in there. I'm not going to pull it down. But yeah, and I believe this one had a couple of variants as well. This is it had 200 on crusted blood marble, and I think 300 on like clear bloody skin or something like that, and another however many on black, and this was just on black, so I won't show you that. So you've got the inner sheet here, which again, I've said multiple times, I love collages, and it's got another one here, so I'm hoping everything came from that particular era of the band. That'd be kind of cool. But I mean, it's just, I love looking at these and seeing what all you can spot and all these, you know, it's like a word search type of thing. You know, what can you find in this when you're looking through it? I guess Where's Waldo type of thing would be a little bit more apt in that situation, but definitely love getting these type of collages, and you get the lyrics here. So there is The Bleeding. And in terms of albums, at least in the first 4, this is probably, I don't even know where I would rank this. I mean, the first 4 are so hard for me to place in terms of how I feel about them. You know, I would still say probably Butchered at Birth is probably my favorite, but I mean, I could go with this one any day of the week. Tomb of the Mutilated and Eaten Back to Life as well. It's just really, really hard for me to pick which ones are my favorites. I mean, some all-time classic songs on here: Stripped and Strangled, Horse-Fed Broken Glass, Pickaxe Murders, Staring Through the Eyes of the Dead, which I got to hear them play also. They didn't play it the first time I saw them live, so I mean, this is just an all-time classic album in terms of, you know, songs they still play to this day. It's just, I don't know how I feel about it. It's, you know, in terms of comparing it to the other Barnes albums, but I mean, this is definitely one of the better ones they've ever put out, so awesome stuff. And we'll finish it today with the first Corpse Grinder album, Vile. And I love this one, the way this one came out as well. Their 1996 release. And again, it's another 2016 Metal Blade reissue. And again, I just got it on black, so I won't bother showing you the record there. It too comes with a poster, and I haven't got around to putting that one up yet. I don't know why. Let's see if I can get all this stuff out of here. Being complicated. So this lyric sheet is just lyrics and nothing else. No collage this time around, which was disappointing when I got this one, because I believe I got The Bleeding first. You know, that would have been really cool to check out. And in terms of people saying these posters are huge, these posters are huge. So there that is. I just haven't found room for it to put it up anywhere. I mean, I'm completely out of wall space. I'm actually starting to hang flags up on the ceiling, so if I do put it up, it'll go up there. And I know a lot of people have shown it in their videos. You get all the reissues, and you can make one giant Cannibal Corpse poster when you put them all together. Which, yeah, I don't think I would ever do that, but the option is there if you so choose. So again, there are a few versions, vinyl variants of this one. Let's see, you had 200 on Gore Splatter, I think, and another 300 on Pale as Ashes, I believe they called it, Marble. and another on black. So another however many, I don't even know. But yeah, in terms of the Corpse Grinder albums, this one is, if it's not number one, it's definitely number two. It's a phenomenal album. I'd probably say Bloodthirst would be number one, but I would put this one at number two for sure. And Devoured by Vermin, still getting played live to this day. And Disfigured is another one of my favorite songs. Relentless Beating, Orgasm Through Torture. You can't go wrong with this album whatsoever. So there we go. Alright. Took me 50 tries, but I struggled through this video. I will probably do part 3 next, and I still have a tape update I need to do. I've got other stuff piling up that I need to get to. It's just been chaotic in life right now, so we will get to them when we get to them, hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah, so that's part 2 of my vinyl collection. Definitely got some more, I don't want to say obscure stuff, but some more really, really interesting stuff to check out in the next one, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching and struggling through this with me. I apologize for the chaos and the confusion and the constant trying to be a perfectionist. Totally losing my voice now, so I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.